Yan. Good day, everyone. So today we're going to discuss Module 3 of Business Math, which is about the kinds of proportion. Now, our objective is to identify the different kinds of proportion and then provide real-life examples for each proportion. But before we go with that, please let us review about duration proportion, which sabi dito, have varied applications in our daily life. In this business world, ratio and proportion plays a vital role. Totoo naman. Especially in understanding business transaction. So parang ano ba ang ratio ng kailangan mo sa iyong business. In this module, we revisit ratio and proportion as well the types of proportion. Now, when you talk about ratio, it is a relation between two numbers or two magnitudes of the same kind. So, ang itsura niya is ganito lang. So, we have 1:2 and red as 1:2. Pwede rin siya tawag doon, may represent as fraction or pwede rin namang division. Okay. Now, for example, there are twice as many married employees than single employees. We mean that the ratio of married to single employees is 2:1. Sabi kasi, twice as many. So, ibig sabihin, 2 beses na mas marami yung married employees than the single ones. So, yung 2 nagre-represent ng married employees and 1 represents a single employees. Okay. So, if we compare the numbers A or B, then ratio of A and B is written as A is to B or A over B. So, kung sino yung naunang number, siya yung magiging first number dun sa ratio, and then yung sumunod, siya yung pangalawa. So, kung anong arrangement dito, siyang arrangement sa ratio mo or fraction. So, pagdating kayo sa pangalawa. So, we have B and A. So, B is to A naman siya, and then B over A. Okay. So, example tayo. Burger King sold the following items in 1 hour period last Friday afternoon. Now, 70 bacon cheeseburgers, 15 plain hamburgers, 30 salad combos, and 45 sandwiches. And we have 40 fish sandwiches. Okay, so right ratio for the following items sold: bacon cheeseburger to fish sandwiches. So yung A natin, sabi daw bacon cheeseburger to fish. So ang bacon cheeseburger natin ay sabi doon 70, then fish is 40. Now 70 over 40, simplify natin yan, 7 over 4, that could be 7:4. So yan yung ratio nun. Pagdating sa salad combos and chicken sandwich, ito letter B. So we have 30 and then 45, and that is 2/3 kapag sinimplify mo, and then that will be 2:3 kapag sa ratio. Pagdating kay plain hamburgers and salad combos, 15 over 30, so that could be 1/2. And then that would be 1:2. And last one, fish sandwiches over the total items of lahat na nabenta, so 40 over 200, so 1/5, so that is 1:5. Okay, so take note lang of this. Arrangement of ratio depends on how relationship stated. Okay. Pagdating kay proportion, so proportion refers to equality between ratios. So dalawang ratios ang pinag-uusapan. And dapat balance. No, parang chemistry lang. Now, when two ratios are equal, they form a proportion. Kasi pag hindi siya nag-equal, that could be not called as proportion. Paano masasabing equal? Okay? So, paano masasabing equal yan? Para masabi mong equal ang isang proportion, dapat yung means natin at extremes pareho sila ng value when you get the product of that, no? So A times D dapat equal siya sa B times C. Ang means natin ay nasa loob, and then ang extremes natin yun nasa labas. Okay. Now, pwede rin silang isulat as this one, so A over B and then C over D. Pag cross multiply mo, dapat pareho sila ng value. Okay. So this will be answered in your Moodle. Now, so let's move with the kind of proportion. Actually, tatlo na proportion yan. So identifying the kinds of proportion involves the problem is very important because it is needed in setting up the equations that describe the proportion. So dapat malaman nyo kung direct ba, indirect, or partitive. No. Okay, so let's start with the direct proportion. There are problems involving proportion where two quantities in a proportion as directly related. When you say direct proportion, habang tumataas yung isang value, tumataas din yung pangalawa. Or, pwede rin namang habang bumababa yung isang value, bumababa rin yung isa. Sabi dyan, if an increases in one quantity produces the same rate of increase in the other quantity or vice versa. So it's either parehong tumataas or parehong bumababa. If two quantities are directly proportional, the ratio is constant. In symbol, they can be written as x sub 1 over y sub 1 and then x sub 2 over y sub 2. So ito yung magiging parang equation natin pag solve. Okay. So if 12 gallons of gasoline cost 540 pesos, how much will 15 gallons of gasoline cost? Okay, so solution, sabi lang natin kasi dito, kailangan nating alamin is it a direct or indirect? Paano mo i-analyze kung direct ba siya? Okay, so this is a direct proportion. Nakita nyo naman, an increase in amount of gasoline produces a corresponding increase in its cost. So habang tumataas ang gasoline natin, tumataas din ang ating cost. Okay? Or kapag bumaba, syempre ang benta mo ng gasoline, bumababa rin yung presyo. Okay. Another example of direct. If 3 notebooks can cost 15 pesos, how many notebooks can you buy with 60 pesos? So, this is also a direct proportion. As you can see, kapag dinamihan mo ang bili mo ng notebook, no, syempre, tumataas din yung cost ng pagbili ng notebook or presyo. Diba? Di naman pag dumami yan, bumababa ang presyo. Discount lang pwede in real life. Pero most of the time, as long as dumadami binibili mong notebooks, dumataas din yung presyong babayaran mo. Okay. Take note, two quantities A and B are in direct proportion if by whatever factor A changes and B changes by the same factor. Ibig sabihin pareho sila na tumataas or pareho sila na mababa. Now, direct proportion can be applied in some buying and selling word problems. No? Also possible in baking word problems. Okay. So your activity for direct proportion is to write 3 situations where direct proportion can be applied. Choose one situation and write a word problem. Okay. So pag-usulat kayo ng tatlong situations na pwede nyo siyang i-apply. And then after that, you have to write a word problem. Okay. Pili lang kayo ng isa doon. Now, inverse proportion is also called as indirect proportion. Nakabaligtaran ni direct. Kung kay direct proportion, parehong tumataas or parehong baba ang quantity, pagdating kay inverse, baligtaran. Kung tumataas yung isa naman ay bumababa. Kung bumababa yung isa naman tumataas. Okay? So sabi dyan, a proportion is indirect when an increases in one quantity produces a corresponding decrease in another quantity or vice versa. Okay? Isang tumataas, isang bumababa. Baligtaran naman sila ng direction. Okay, so if two quantities are inversely proportional, their product is constant. In symbol, so this is written as, so x sub 1 times y sub 1 and y sub 2 times y sub 2. Okay, if 8 men can finish work in 6 days, how many men can finish the same work in 4 days? So, syempre, kung gagawin natin siyang practically speaking, kapag nagtrabaho kayo na mas marami sa isang trabaho, mas bumibilis yung process. Pero kung isa lang ang gagawa niyan at mahirap yung ginagawa, tumatagal. 'Di ba? So as you can see, mas maraming tao, mas mabilis. Marami, marami, tapos umuunti yung oras na kailangan mo. 'Di ba? Habang dumadami, kung nababawasan yung time na kailangan mo to finish your work. Okay? Parang pag sinabi mo namang, paano ba? Pag tinaasan mo yung heat sa boiling water, mas mataas na heat, mas umuunti yung tubig. So, ganon. So, parang baliktaran siya. Depende sa mga situations. Okay? If you decrease the number of days to finish the work, there should be a corresponding increase in the number of men. Therefore, it is an inverse proportion. Okay? So pag dinamihan mo yung binabaan mo yung araw mo para mapabilis, syempre kailangan mo na mas maraming tao. So parang sa mga gumagawa sa mga building dito, para mas mabilis matapos in 6 months or 3 months, kailangan nila na mas maraming tao. Pero kung hindi naman kailangan madalian, so kahit konting tao, okay na. Okay? Now, so another example, 10 mountain climbers brought enough food for 14 days. If 4 more joined them on the way, how far will the food last? So kung isipin natin, yung pagkain dinala ng 10 mountain climbers for 14 days siya. Ngayon, kung nagdagdagan na ka ng 4 na tao pa, ibig sabihin, mababawasan yung length of time na makakain ng pagkain or tatagal yung pagkain. So as you can see, dumadami yung tao, bumibilis naman yung pagkaubos ng pagkain. Bumababa yung number of days ng pagkain. So as you can see, if you increase the number of mountain climbers for supply, there should be corresponding increase in the time that the food supply will last. Okay. So take note, quantities are indirectly or inversely proportional if an increase in one quantity results in a decrease in the other quantity or vice versa. Okay. So habang tumataas yung isa naman bumababa. Now, ganun din yung gagawin nyo sa ating activity. You have to write 3 situations na pwede nating i-apply sa inverse proportion. And then pili lang kayo ng isa and then you are going to write your own word problems. So, no need to solve. Okay. So, partitive. Last type of proportion. So, in partitive, a whole is divided into parts proportional to a given ratio. So, yung isang buo, hinati mo lang siya sa marami. Okay? So, proportion pa rin naman. Partitive proportion shows the relative value of each quantity in proportion. Find the total number of equal parts and then express quantity as proportion. So, example natin. Pinaka-best example is in a partnership. No? When a partnership agreement stipulates an agreed capitalization of 100,000 pesos, the partners are divided as a capitalization in ratio 1:2:2. Ibig sabihin, yung A, B, C na yan, isang ratio lang yung kanya, 2 ratios dito and 2 ratios dito. So, parang pag inad natin itong tatlong numbers, 5 hati yung mangyayari dito. So, isa lang kay A, 2 hati kay B, 2 hati rin kay C. So, since the whole amount such as 100,000 pesos is divided by different parts of ratio 1:2:2, then it is a partitive. So, pagdating kay partitive, isang buong parts, hinati lang sa different parts. Okay? O isang kabuuan, hinati sa different parts. So, ganyan si partitive. Unlike kay direct, si direct, parehong tumataas or parehong bumababa. Si inverse, isang tumataas, isang bumababa, or isang bumababa, isang tumataas. Pagdating kay partitive, si partitive, isang kabuuan, hinati lang sa different parts. Okay? So another example of that, 75-meter log is to be cut into 3 pieces in the ratio 4:5:6, or 4:5:6. So how long is the shortest piece and how long is the longest piece? So as you can see, yung isang kabuang 75-meter log, hinati lang into pieces. So ano pa rin siya? Partitive. So as long as ginagawa yan. Now, so same lang activity, you have to write 3 situations where partitive proportion can be applied and choose one situation, write a word problem. Okay. So again, ratio is relation lang siya between two numbers. So proportion, kapag tawag doon, refers to equality between two ratios. Comparison naman siya ng dalawang ratios pero dapat equal. Direct kapag parehong tumataas or parehong bumababa, and then indirect kapag isang tumataas at isang bumababa ang value, and then partitive proportion naman kapag ang isang buo hinati mo sa different parts. So that those are the kinds of proportion and the application of proportions. Okay. Now, your task is to create your own example of direct proportion, indirect proportion, and partitive proportion. Okay, so you have your assessment or quiz, and which is posted already on your Moodle. Okay, no need to copy. I guess it's only the answer. Okay, and this one is you're going to choose a one type of proportion and write your own word problem. So per 5 points. Okay, so your performance that's already posted in that in our Moodle, so you have to see that. Okay. If you have more question, you can post it on our GC so that I would know kung ano yung mga questions. Thank you.